Warning, before you watch this video, there's going to be a lot of likes, literallys, cutes, and goods. Have fun!
Hi guys, it's Maya and welcome back to another video on my channel. So today is a great day because I'm doing every single book that I've read in 2022. So I'm going to go through all the books that I've read this year, and this is going to be a long video, by the way. So this year I read 89 books, and I would say the genre I read the most is definitely romance. Let's just go ahead and get started. The first book that I read this year was All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover, and I gave this book a 3 out of 5. It was mid. It was so sad though. I remember I cried so much. The second book I read this year is literally my favorite book ever, and I didn't know that reading it. It's Love in Other Words by Christine and Lauren, and this is a best friends, like childhood friends to lovers, and it's literally so cute. Like, I don't know why. The first book in the Shatter Me series, and I gave this book a 5 out of 5, but now that I think about it, I'm more of like a 3.75 out of 5 because the first book in the series is never really good. I did not know when I was reading this that it would become a favorite series. Then I read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I gave this book a 3.5 out of 5, and this is what started my obsession with Taylor Jenkins Reid because oh my gosh, I literally am obsessed with her, and you'll see a pattern of that when I go later in the year. Then I read the second book in the Shatter Me series, Unravel Me, and I gave this book a 3 out of 5 because it was just kind of like more world building, and it was not like getting into like the good part of it. It was just still building the world and like the plot. Oh my gosh. The next book is Beach Read by Emily Henry, and every single book that Emily Henry writes I will read and I will devour it and rate it 5 stars. This is so cute, and literally, and also look how cute the cover is and like the side of them. Then we have like a little bit of a downer. We read They Both Die at the End. I don't even want to talk about this book because I just didn't like it. Yeah, I just did not like that book. Literally one of my favorite books in the series. I gave it a 5 out of 5. Then I read The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, and I literally, this book is so cute, and I love like how they're smart and like they're scientists. I just love that, you know, idea of a book, and I gave this book a 5 stars. Then I read the fourth book in the Shatter Me series, and I didn't really like this one. I gave it a 3 out of 5 because in the end of the third book it has like a huge plot twist, not plot twist, but like it just, you have to build like another world basically, and so I just didn't really like that one. It was kind of depressing too. Then I read Defy Me, and I gave this one a 4 out of 5. It was really good. And then Imagine Me is the best book in the series. I just love Aaron Warner, and he's literally so, and Juliet, like both of them are together are so cute. So now that we're out of the Shatter Me series, I have some standalones. This is when I started realizing that I like romance, and I started reading a lot of romance, so don't judge me. But I read the second Emily Henry book, People We Meet on Vacation. First of all, still so cute, but I didn't like this one as much, but I still rated it a 4.5 out of 5, but it was just, I didn't really like the couple in it. I loved Alec, but I didn't like the girl. I forgot what her name was. But I read Verity by Colleen Hoover next. I was so surprised by this book and so weirded out. Like, how? I'm definitely team manuscript, but I gave this book a 5 out of 5 because it really shocked me, and I think it deserves the 5 out of 5. Next was The Spanish Love Deception, which I didn't really like, so I gave it a 3 out of 5. It was just too spicy, and I just don't like reading all that much of the spicy scenes, and it was just kind of like every other enemies to lovers. The next book is Reminders of Him, and I gave this book a 5 out of 5. This book literally made me cry so hard, and it's so good. This is probably my favorite Colleen Hoover book. This next book is one of my favorite books ever, and it's You Deserve Each Other, and it's about this couple who is about to get married, but they just fell out of love for each other, and so oh my gosh, it's so good. I literally love this book with all my heart. The next book that I read was Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed, and I gave it a 3.7 out of 5, and it's just a normal fiction book, and it's about this nanny, and she has to nanny for a white family, but she's black, and it's actually really good, and I really liked it. Okay, that was weird. Okay, there's a bunch of hate on TikTok about this book in 5 years, and I literally loved it. It was such a shock, and it's such a like good little book, and it's so good. I gave that book a 4.5 out of 5. The next book, as I literally love this book, it's The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon, and I literally love this book because I love podcasts, and it was such a little cool idea. This next book is The Places I've Cried in Public, and I did not like this book at all. It's about an abusive relationship, and I just did not like it, and I gave this book a 2 out of 5. The next book is, okay, how many times am I gonna say the next book? Like, that's so dumb. But I read Regretting You by Colleen Hoover, and I liked this book, but at the same time, it was just kind of annoying. Like, I don't know. And I gave this a 3 out of 5. If you have not read this book, you need to read it. It is the perfect little summer romance, and it's YA, I'm pretty sure. And it's called The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walter. And I gave this book a 5 out of 5 because it's literally so cute and it's so fun. And I just love the setting of it. And it's just so good. I just really like that book. I really do. Okay, then we had a few bummers. You'd Be Home Now, and I've lost the cover because it's hardback, but I drew a little heart on it because I was bored. But You'd Be Home Now by Kathleen Glasson or whatever. It's the same author who wrote Girl in Pieces, and I actually quite liked why did I say quite liked? But I actually liked Girl in Pieces. But this one, I hated this book. Literally hated it. I gave it a 1 out of 5. Cover may fool you. It looks like a cute cover. Not a cute book. 2 out of 5. It Only Happens in the Movie by Holly Bourne. Then I read Aristotle and Dante Discover the Universe. But I actually really liked this book, and I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I know that kind of seems like I didn't like it, but it's not like it didn't stand out to me. The next book is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I love this book. Don't even get me started on Charlie Lastra. Love this book. And Nora, and I love the sister thing, and it's just so cute. I literally love this book. The next book is Daisy Jones and the Six. 6 out of 5. Literally tops the scales. If you have not read any Taylor Jenkins Reid book, I recommend starting off with this one. It's so good. It's about a band, and it's written in interview form. Like look, like it's literally just like from the people's point of view, and I literally love this book so much. It's so good, and this is what started my love for Taylor Jenkins Reid. Then I read Addicted to You. Oh my gosh, I love this series. Literally love the series. Don't get me wrong, the first book in this series is kind of annoying because it's about Lily and Lo, and it's literally like in the middle of their addiction, and like they're not getting better. So it literally, this book is real. If you read just this book and don't want to finish the series, don't do that. Read the rest of the series because it just gets better from this. I still gave this book a 3.5 out of 5, but oh my god. Then I went on vacation to Florida, and I picked up some cute little romance books before, and I read The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, and I gave this book a 3 out of 5. It's an enemies to lovers. I like the setting, but I didn't really like Rowan. He was very mean. It's a Grumpy Sunshine. I just don't really like Grumpy Sunshine. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey is my next book, and I gave this book a 3.7 out of 5. It's very cute, but it's very spicy, and I don't really like spicy books. That's just my preference. So I started to pick up Taylor Jenkins Reid's backlist books or something, and I read Maybe in Another Life. I love this book. 5 out of 5. Heartbones by Colin Hoover is next, and this is a cute little summer romance, but it also is very sad. But also, can we say how annoying it is that every single other Colin Hoover book is not this long and this one is? I gave this book a 4 out of 5. Don't even get me started. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. And Mila, I need to give you back this book because this is yours. I gave this book a 5 out of 5. It's a lot like Love in Other Words, but this book is so cute, and I loved Sam, but Sam kind of was done dirty in it. I feel like I'm saying the same things about every book, but it's fine.
You are.
Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey, and I gave this book a 5 out of 5 because it's just so cute. Like, and I love the banter between Fox and Hannah. So then I decided to reread the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I don't have the second book because Tess has it. This whole series is like a 4 out of 5. When I was in 9th grade, I read it for the first time, and I loved it. And so when I found out that it was going to be a show in 9th grade, I was like, oh my gosh. And so when I watched the show, I couldn't remember anything. I decided to reread the books just to give my mind like little. This book, it was very random. My mom recommended it to me. The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. This book is so sad, but I gave this book a 3 out of 5. I read Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. Oh my gosh, this book is so cute. And look at the cover. But I gave this book a 4 out of 5. The next book is The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. Sorry. And this book is a 5 out of 5. It's literally cotton candy for the brain. It's so cute. I literally love this book so much. And again, it's Best Friends to Lovers. I definitely recommend this book if you just want a cutesy little romance. Then I read Just Haven't Met You Yet. It's about this girl and her baggage got switched like on a plane, and when she opens it, she finds out that like this man is like her dream man, like with the contents that it shares in it. It just follows her through trying to find the man. It was a cute idea, but I don't know. That book just wasn't the best, and I gave that book a 3 out of 5. I read The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I don't really know how to say that. I gave this book a 6 out of 5. It's so good. It literally, I did not expect the ending at all. I love this book. It is literally so good. Next book that I read was The Fear, and I actually really liked this book. It was a good little young adult mystery slash thriller. It kept me on my toes, and I rate this book a 4 out of 5. another favorite book of my whole entire life. I'm just gonna read this quote. One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's so good. It's about this, her husband was presumed dead in a helicopter accident, and so she like goes on like 5 years and she's like engaged, and then she gets a call saying, oh, I'm actually not dead. And so then she has to choose between her last husband or her fiance now. I didn't know which one to root for. But let me just read you this quote. Falling out of love with someone you still like feels exactly like lying in a warm bed and hearing the alarm clock. No matter how good you feel right now, you know it's time to go. I definitely recommend that book. Then I read this little tootsie little romance, The Matchbox Summer. I give it a 4 out of 5. It's about a summer camp, by the way. Then I read the Bromance book club, and I really love the series. I just think it's so cute, and like the idea behind it is so, it's like, oh, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Then I read Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, and this is a academic rivals to lovers. I gave it a 3 out of 5. The next book that I read was 14 Ways to Die, and it's a thriller about this girl, and she goes on this show, and she tries to figure out who killed her mom, like who the magpie man is. And I actually really like this book. It was a good little thriller, and it really like kept me on my toes. And I gave this book a 4 out of 5, and I did not expect the ending at all. Then I read After I Knew by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I gave this book a 4 out of 5. Hopeless by Colleen Hoover, and I gave this book a 4 out of 5. And I actually really liked this series. I thought it was gonna be really cheesy, but no, it was really good, and it kept me on my toes. Then I read the last Taylor Jenkins Reid backlist book, Forever Interrupted, and I gave this one a 3 out of 5. But I gave this one a 3 out of 5 because it's really sad. Then I read one of my favorite romance books ever, Better Than the Movies, by Lynn Painter. It's literally so cute. All the Taylor Swift references, all the rom-com references. I'm definitely gonna reread this next year. Read this book if you get anything else. I don't want to talk about this. This is the weirdest book I think I've ever read. 2 out of 5. I don't know how to rate this book. I literally don't. I literally could not get through it. It took me the longest time to get through it, and it was so weird. So I gave this book, it's called House of Hollow, by the way, if you couldn't see. But I gave this book a 3 out of 5 because of the creativity that it, like who would have thought of that? But then I read The Grace Year, and I gave this book a 4.5 out of 5. My cousin Ruby actually recommended it to me, and I really recommend that book. I don't really want to like say the synopsis because I don't really know the synopsis. 5 out of 5. So sad, so good. I recommend this book to everyone if you want to cry. Then I started the Inheritance Game series, and the first one is a 4 out of 5, but I love this series so much. I read all 3 of them in a row. And the second one's definitely my favorite. It's definitely a 5 out of 5 series, and if you get anything from this video, again, read these books. Then I read Before We Were Strangers, and this book is so cute. It's very sad, but very cute. 4 out of 5. Then I read the second book in the Hopeless series, Losing Hope, and it's from Dean's point of view instead of Sky's. Then I read the little novellas, and they were really cute, and they tied together perfectly with All Your Perfects, because All Your Perfects tied in. Then I read Layla. This book is so weird but so good at the same time. I actually really liked it. 4 out of 5. The next book I read was The Dead Romantic. I actually really liked this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5. The idea behind it was so cool. It's about like this girl who can see ghosts. I guessed this book, I guessed the ending, so I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Then I read Caravel. I did not like this book. I give it a 2 out of 5. And I don't know, I bought the second in the series. It's behind there, and I'm definitely not gonna read it. I don't know why I bought it. Then I read Confess by Colleen Hoover, and this book is really underrated. I actually really like this book, but I gave this a 3 out of 5. So this is when I started only reading the Addicted series. So I read Ricochet, which this is the worst book in the series, and I gave it a 3 out of 5. And then I read Addicted After All, and I gave this a 3.5 out of 5. But I literally, this is just when I started loving the series. Then I don't know why I decided to pick up this cutesy little romance. It's All in How You Fall, and I gave this book a 3 out of 5 because it was just kind of like a good palate cleanser. Kiss the Sky and Hot House Flower. Kiss the Sky is about Rose and Connor, and then Hot House Flower is about Daisy and Bright. And this is a part of the Calloway Sister series, which I have not finished yet, but I have finished the Addicted series. But I gave both of these books 5 out of 5s because they were just so, oh my gosh. I just love I love the core 6, and I love everything that has to do with them. Then this was kind of like a random book. I don't know why I read this, and I gave this book a 4 out of 5. Then I read the only Christmas book and it's the bromance. It's called A Very Merry Bromance, and I gave this book a 4 out of 5 because it was so cute, and it was a good Christmas book. It really got me into this season. Okay, before I get started into my Harry Potter and my Addicted, like the rest of the Addicted, I'm gonna see these 3 books that I forgot to write down in my book thing, but when I looked at my shelf, I was like, I did read these books. So Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, I gave this book a 4 out of 5. Then The Last Thing He Told Me is a mystery. I did not like this book. It was very boring. and it took me a long time to get through. Then I read the second book of We Were Liars, Family Liars, and I liked this a lot better than We Were Liars, and I gave the book a 4 out of 5. My last stack of books is all Harry Potter. It's all Harry Potter and Addicted to You. And that's all I've been reading for the past like month and a half, and I don't want to read any other books except for these because I only have 2 more. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the first book in the Harry Potter series. I gave it a 3 out of 5. Thrive. The character development. I love Lily Lowe so much. I'm not gonna go individually through the Harry Potter. The best books that I've read, my favorite ones, The Order of the Phoenix and The Prisoner of Azkaban. Those were so good. I love those. And those were 5 out of 5s. And then these 2 were 4 out of 5s. The Chamber of Secrets and Goblet of Fire. The last book that I'm going to be talking about in this video is Addicted After All. 7 out of 5. My favorite book that I read this year, except for Love in Other Words. But literally, I have so many quotes in here. So many things highlighted. I love this book, and I love Lillian Lowe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and comment down below if you want me to do more book videos. But it was literally the best reading year. I am so excited that I read all of these, and I'm so glad that I read all of these. But thank you guys so much for watching. Jesus loves you. Bye.